Good afternoon from Kirksville, Missouri. This is Randy Curvin, and this is Rantin' Randy's Rant for Halloween. Welcome to Donnie's Nightmare. The I word is coming up soon. And he and the GOP, happy Halloween. We'll bang this one into session with Donnie. All right, we got one person out there so far. I'm feeling kind of down today. Evidently, my allergy is acting up because earlier I was singing along with Buddy Davis. I'll be doing, I'll just give the post office box number on Buddy Davis today. I'm not going to be with you a long time today. Hello, buddy. All right. Thank you, buddy. Let's see where we're at. Cuomo last night, former DOJ lawyer John Woo, that all of us know who he is from his appearance with Fox Spews the other day. On prime time last night, he tried to walk back his comments about that sounded like espionage. And his explanation makes no sense at all. He was saying his explanation that Ukraine reached out to Benman. What? And once again, that night, GOP and Fox Spews is changing from process to substance of the impeachment. That night with John Yoo, they weren't. They were still stuck on progress, that it wasn't due process. So we can know that he did not do a good job that night or last night trying to explain what he meant by what he said about Ukraine made no sense. And that reminds me on a jump to the last thing. I ended up watching the last few minutes, the last part, the last word. I didn't get to finish it last night. Testimony that Vindman gave is interesting. Donald Trump picked a staffer from, get this, from Devin Nunes' staff and made him the Ukraine expert. And then another sycophant was put in place of Vindman, who was the expert on the Ukraine. Oh, you can't make this shit up. It's unbelievable. I also wanted to cover what the vote was today on the procedures for impeachment inquiry. Today's vote on impeachment procedures, all but 2 Democrats vote yay, and all of the House Republicans voted nay. They actually think Donnie can protect them. I can't understand that. Tim Morrison resigned his job with the NSC, and he was due today to be deposed. And there are 2 classes of witnesses: a sense of duty and honor and integrity, and then there's political, such as Sondland. And of course, all of you know, maybe I'm preaching to the choir on this, but Sondland bought his ambassadorship for $1 million with the inaugural fund for Donnie the Dickhead. So what did, and I've said this all along, what did the EU have to do with Ukraine? He had no business even being in that. Damn. right, now I'll go back to the first page. Be on the lookout from Cuomo. Facebook should follow the lead of Twitter. No political ads. And of course, Stupid had to get out there and start tweeting right away on his favorite thing. Twitter is silencing conservatives. How's that, Donnie? They said all ads starting next month. All ads. They didn't say conservative ads. They said all ads. You dumbass. Damn it. You dummy. All right, I'm going to speak to everybody. Hello, Joe. Hello, David. Hello, Tina. And hello, Bonnie. Happy Halloween. It's not a happy one for Donnie, though. All right, let's skip over. I didn't, it did not go well. One of the judgeships they had in the Senate, they had a confirmation hearing. It was rather funny. Van Dyke started his confirmation hearings in the Senate for a judgeship. The ABA interviewed in 4 states and gave him the lowest rating. They found him to be arrogant and that he felt entitled. They felt in particular that he would not be fair with LGBTQ community. And questions about it yesterday, and he almost busted out in tears. All he could manage to say was, I didn't say that. Damn, you'd think you were watching a comedy program, but we know how dead serious this shit is. Donnie picks people that are totally unqualified for the job. That's what he wants there. People that will say yes to corporations. It'd take an idiot not to realize that. And how cruel was on Rachel Maddow last night, the Medical Deferred Action Program back in the news. Yesterday, they had, you remember him from CNN, acting director Ken Cuccinelli yesterday was grilled over a change in the medical deferred action policy. Seems he was behind it. I'll say something else about that. He was behind it after the little Nazi Stephen Miller came up with this idea of the letter of 33 days for these sick kids and their families to get out of the country. All he did basically, Cuccinelli just lied about it. He claimed that all those people were here illegally, which is not true. And all these kids' families to this day are in limbo because, as you recall, DHS's director or secretary or whatever they call him is resigning. And I can almost bet money that Donnie is going to put Cuccinelli in that position, which leaves that acting director that he is open. And what will happen to these kids? They're in limbo. All right, I already covered the bottom of that page. Because I bet you anything that Stephen Miller was behind that policy in the first place. Then they act like they didn't know anything about it. Hello, John. Let's see. Hello, Bethy. I don't know. I think it's not going to be a treat for Donnie today's vote. All right. Wow, I can't believe I covered all that so fast. Let me make sure. I don't want to miss this story, folks. Uh, you recall November 27th, 2018 at Kerch Strait, which is in between Crimea and Russia. Russia suddenly claimed all the water in that strait and beyond it, and captured 2 or 3 ships, I think it was, of Ukraine, and suddenly declared that was their water. That territory was their water, where it was a shipping lane to Ukraine. They'd have to go in there, and from that side of Ukraine, which on that particular side is where the pro-Russian resistance, or whatever in the hell they call them, that are raising hell over it, and that's why they wanted the money. They're trying to defend against these pro-Russians, and it was just less than a year ago that they caused all this stink. The Russians did. To make a long story shorter, at the time, Trump said he didn't care about either side. And they carboshed the whole thing, and condemning what was done in the White House. And the White House said that Putin and Trump would not meet at the G20. Russia said, oh yes, they would. And of course, we know it happened, and Russia won the argument. Why is it? And I'll ask my Republican friends this, because we all know. But why is it in any argument with Putin, Donnie loses every time? And there's a pattern in this. He's never had one bad word to say about Putin. He's never said anything bad about Erdogan, except that they didn't greenlight it. That cost 500 lives of the Kurds. If nothing else, they ought to get his ass out of there for that. And protecting, we're now paid mercenaries to protect oil fields in somebody else's country. Doesn't make a lot of sense. But the whole thing doesn't. Oh, I would have to get up and go in the other room, but I wanted to make sure that you all knew that this is the address for Buddy Davis's CD. It's $15 plus $5 to mail it, and I have a couple of songs out there today. I picked out one. JJ Cale did, that Johnny Cash did, and Buddy did it. So I've got that out there. So if you go to my music groups, or Welcome to My Wall, it's out there too. All right, I will let everybody go. Yeah, Joe. I like that. Donnie's Putin's little dog. That's true. And I thought Leo made a very good point yesterday. He was talking about dogs die with dignity. They're not whining and crying. That shows he has no decency in him. He always picks the wrong thing to describe anything that he's talking about. And how many times did he say women were dogs? Oh, I wanted to show you my shirt for Halloween. I got your back. All right. Everybody have a wonderful Halloween. I have a feeling that Donnie's not having such a good one today. And I will call this session to an end. Oh, this shoulder. I don't know whether it's my allergy or my shoulder that's bothering me so much today. I used my CBD, so that helped this morning. It keeps me from taking a dose of acetaminophen, so maybe that's what it is. It's time to take it, and my sinuses have been bothering me today. All right. Hello, Carrie 60406. And I will, Tina. I'll have a good night. All of you have a good night. Here in this great big old apartment building, we never get any children. So if we have any extra candy around, I eat it. All right. Have a good one. Peace. Resist, persist, and insist that we get the fascists out of our house. It belongs to us, and we want it back. We will see that we get it back. And thank you for viewing this. Got a great crowd today. And like I said, have a wonderful Halloween. Donnie won't. We can be assured of that. And thank you for coming. And share this shit, as Leo would say. We've got to get the word out. We are the guardians of democracy. We will make a difference in 2020. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye for now. See you on Facebook tomorrow.